hard raising children, and it's hard being a child, but it's even harder when you have a child that has something different.
It was really important to make sure that I was able to give back to a foundation that gave me so much and gave my family so much.
Before there was a Foundation for Hearing and Speech Rehabilitation, there were lip reading classes in my parents' basement that my mother and Morton Schamberg, a friend of hers, held. They also both went to Dr. Robert Henner, who was an otologist at Michael Reese, and Dr. Henner had a vision that there be a clinic where people with all sorts of hearing and speech problems could be helped. My mother and Mort started a board. They got their friends and people that were hard of hearing on the board.
We started the first Foundation for Hearing and Speech.
They helped children, everybody that could possibly help, but under one roof, which made it a very unique institution.
We raised a lot of money, which was wonderful, and we had wonderful events like the bridge tournaments. We had it at Lakeshore Country Club. We had it at the pump room with Ambassador. So we were very successful in supporting it.
Michael Reese also had the Siegel family come to them and offer to build a building, and Michael Reese asked them to build a building for Dr. Henner's clinic. Who knew what it was going to become?
They really helped us get through that real critical point where you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, and you're really lost. I got to know a lot of the women, and I was so impressed with the fact that they were all so close and they all had such a commitment, such great role models. And I just saw how they had a legacy, and I just felt like I want to be part of that.
Even without a direct family connection to hearing loss, two things in particular appealed to me. One was that as a small organization, I felt that my own role could be impactful. Second was the mission of FHSR itself, and the ability of this little foundation to materially improve the quality of life for many, many people is a pretty powerful thing. We started a multi-year process of negotiating an agreement with Northwestern. One of really our great successes, I think, over the entire life of the foundation is our support of Dr. Nina Kraus. We provided the initial seed funding to support her laboratory and really to get her established. And she has gone on to international fame as one of the great thinkers in auditory research. In Dr. Young and in Lurie's, we found a very willing partner, an institution that is providing world-class quality work in cochlear implants, and saw immediately the value that we could bring to the table, providing services to their patients which are central to the overall success for the patient and for the family.
I've always been about reaching beyond the medical center into the community and having wonderful philanthropic support. I've been able to make that happen, and I think it makes a real difference in not just the experience families have, but in the outcomes. That really sets us apart.
In natural hearing, sound waves strike the eardrum, which cause it to vibrate, which sends the bones in the inner ear into motion. Fluid in the inner ear or cochlea then transfers this motion to tiny hair cells, creating electrical impulses which are sent to the brain via the hearing nerve. The behind-the-ear sound processor captures sound, converts it into digital signals, and transfers the digital signals to the internal implant. The signals are then converted into electrical energy and sent to an electrode array in the cochlea. Here, the electrodes on the electrode array directly stimulate the hearing nerve, bypassing the damaged part of the ear. Unlike a hearing aid that simply amplifies sound, cochlear implants send sound directly to the hearing nerve and on to the brain.
She specifically says, I implant the technology, but you have to do all the work. And what her clinic does is they provide that support. And part of it is funded by FHSR. We had social workers that we were able to utilize. We had audiology. We had the best of the equipment. FHSR funded those machines. We might not have had access to those machines had it not been for this particular foundation.
The reach of FHSR is expansive. We have played a role in helping to train clinicians who go out not only across the country but across the world.
The one thing I'm most proud of is Cheers for Ears, which is our celebration of music. For a long time, it had been believed that children with cochlear implants couldn't have full music appreciation. And what we have shown is that giving these kids music, they receive all the same benefits. They get it, they hear it, and it's pretty powerful for them to be able to see a room full of kids who look just like them. Max is a normal, healthy, happy 8-year-old boy who is mainstreamed in school. He currently wants to be a fighter jet pilot. He feels he is the one who is going to break through this barrier, and he is going to be the one to show everyone that people with cochlear implants are no different than anybody else, and that he can do it. And I actually think he probably can. As much as a mother, I probably wouldn't want him to do it, but I think.
0 and liftoff.
We're a small enough organization that people that have passion about what we do really can have an impact. They can simply be financial supporters, either small or large, or they can volunteer their time, and again, either small or large. There's a need for both.